Let's build a biogas digester. Going to use a 55-gallon drum to my left. We're going to use the 2-inch pipe, and I'm going to use 2-inch uniseals. Waste going in, influent coming out, which is your fertilizer. That's influent. Then I've got to make a spot for the gas still, so I got to figure that out. We're going to drill the 3-inch hole, 3-inch hole saw. Gotta make sure that it's tight. That way it's just less aggressive, so you want to make sure right here. And you have enough battery, that's the other thing. That's a biggie. Drill the other hole for the other one. Or with the drill bit. The arbor, as one would call it. So you want to put it kind of even with this guy. And hold on to your drill. Sand her down a little bit, or file it down. If you like this channel, please hit the subscribe button. I've got a lot on the digesters, if you've seen, making biogas, renewable energy, my solar panels. If you like it, hit in this video, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up. That helps me a lot. I appreciate that, because then I can bring you more good content like this. So let's measure how deep we got. Now I'm going to get probably molasses all over my tape measure. So I want to go, you don't have to go really high, but I want to go about, I'd go 40 inches, maybe. We'll go 42 inches. I'll measure and cut it. What you want to do is cut the end kind of like a 45, because what you do is the food scraps are going to come out of the pipe, and you want to open up. You don't want it to go just hit the bottom and hang out. The 42 inches, and then do the cut for the end piece. The other thing is too is when you cut the end here, you don't want it too sharp because it'll pierce the bottom of the tank, which these tanks are pretty tough, so you don't have to worry about it on this style. On a IBC tank you do, because they're a little bit thinner. I'm going to cut like this. I'm not using a lot of food scraps in this one, not a lot of big ones, so I'm not going to worry about too much. What I'll do is now we don't want to cut all the way through. Just enough. That's good enough there. I'm just going to cut like this. Just open it up. Maybe I'll just keep using this. If you have a vise, it'd be a lot easier. I don't have a vise on me right now. I'm redoing my garage, so I don't have a vise. Alright, so I'm going to show you. That'll sit at the bottom. The food comes down here and is just going to dissipate out throughout that tank. If you had a bigger tank, you could actually, and did big sections of food, you'd come up more. So it gives it time to kind of push out into that tank. The other thing too is when we put it in this tank here, I'm going to have it facing, that's the influent going out. I'm going to have the open end where I just cut, pushing the food out this way. When I cut this one, it's going to be going that way. That way you're not literally taking the food as you put it in and take it right back out. Let's cut. Now you don't have to go 42. You could make it smaller, not as tall if you want. Like I said, this is going to be more of an influent digester. It's not going to get all the big food scraps. You got to trim some of this because this is going to go through your uniseal. So you want to keep this sanded because when you push through, you don't want to cut your uniseal when you're pushing this down through. So I got to sand all this. I might cut some of this off to give it a better starting. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a while. There, that'll help. Get that sandpaper and sand it down. Another good thing to do is put some lube around this, and you put it in your uniseal. That way it doesn't do a dry fit and cuts anything, or it'll just go better. All right, let's put the pipe into the uniseal and see how this goes. You gotta put lots of soap on because it's really tough. Yeah, soap everything up real nice. Sometimes these uniseals you push down in, so you gotta be careful. And it won't be easy, guarantee you. There we go. A lot of wiggling. Whew. There. It's in. You got your intake, that's your outtake, so you want that a little bit lower because you don't want it to build up with that. You want it to, as soon as you're putting something in, it's coming back out. So I'm not going to go as high. I might go just 40 inches. You'll see there's a lot. All right, that end's going to go down through. That's what we want. That's what it's going to look. I want to measure up right about here. It's about halfway or so. And put a hole in the pipe, of course, not the tank. And then the effluent will go up and out. Like a guesstimate. Out here. So I'll measure down in my pipe. So 16 inches is where I'm going to cut the hole. Found a hole saw, I think that's 1.5 inches. We're going to cut that hole for the effluent to come out. Measure down 16 inches and cut that. Reverse, that way it does it better. I'll go forwards first, start the hole. We'll reverse a little bit, start a hole. Break this off. Goes back in the tank. Right now it goes on the ground. Make sure you don't do that. Okay. Pop it in. Pop. Gonna put some soap on. So this is the end that's going in. Soap it up really good. Because remember, you gotta get past this point too. So there's 2 points that are gonna be a pain, right here and right there. My other one was a pain like that too, when I made it. You catch here and you catch there. It can't be easy, of course. All right, so now this is ready to go in. You want that facing away from the inlet, because you don't want to literally dump the stuff in and then have it go back out. So what you're doing is you're having the food waste go in, mill around in here, and then eventually push up this way. But over time, you don't want to lose it as soon as you put it in there. So that's what we'll do. And this will be harder because there's no sharp edge on it. Wow. That was a lot easier than I thought. The hardest part was shoving that one down through and shoving that one down. That's why you definitely lubricate around the edges. So the best solution for the gas outlet would be right here. I'm gonna do another 2-inch. I've got pipe left right here. So I'm gonna drill a hole here and put it right there. I don't want on the seam. You don't want to do the seam because then it'll split. So I'll get as close as that as I can. I'll go down through there and that'll be my gas outlet. Always make sure your chuck is tight. Same thing, you're gonna sand down the edges, then get your uniseal in there. Just like so. Now we're going to lubricate that and put in the other pipe. Remember I said not use my glove? Don't use a glove. Yeah, if I would have done that on the first one, rounded the edge more for the bottom, it would have been a lot easier. So when you're sanding it, sand it, the pointy end, just sand it real smooth, you know, like a beveled edge so it goes down through. I'm not going to go so deep on this because I want to collect the methane. I mean, I barely want to be in there. That's it right there. That'll fill. That won't fill with water because it'll take off here. It'll fill and go like that. So basically this digester is done. I just have to put a 45 street on so it dumps out. A catch here for the methane. And I can leave that if I want, or I can put like a scoop on it so you can put the food in. It's easier. So digester's done.